So along this theme of transpiration, we've been talking about water moving up through the xylem and exiting through the stomata or the pores in the leaves. So how does water actually get pulled into the roots? So for this idea, what we basically want to understand here is that the active uptake of mineral ions in the soil actually causes water to follow in by osmosis. So see if you can understand what I have in these diagrams that I drew right here. So this is a root hair cell. These are soil particles. You've seen lots of diagrams that look like this. Let's say basically we need to get some ions into the actual root hair cells because the plant needs these particular ions for different types of functions, including, maintaining enzymes or for the chlorophyll structure. Anyways, the possibilities are endless. We're not going to go into all of that right now. So if you look at a diagram, a simplified diagram of the plasma membrane, this is the plasma membrane in one of these root hair cells right here. And you can see that we want to get more potassium ions inside the cell. And inside the cell, there's already a pretty high concentration of these potassium ions, which are green little dots here. So what you learned before from unit number 1 about cell biology is when you need to get things to an area where they're in a higher concentration on the other side, that's going to require some energy or some ATP. And this is called active transport. And the protein that helps it out is going to be a specific membrane pump that is designed to move this specific type of ion through. Now, each different type of ion will have its own specific pump. It has a specific function. Each one is designed to move one type of ion through. There are some dual function ones, but for now, let's just keep it simple. So that's basically it. In order to move these potassium ions across to an area of higher concentration, we need some ATP or energy. And that's all. And as a result of that, water will actually follow because that's what water does. Water moves to saltier places. That's what I have in my little black box right here. Water moves to saltier areas. And so it's going to follow the high concentration of the mineral ions. You don't understand right now how huge this concept is that water moves to salty areas. It is so important in everything from the cell level to the tissue level, what we're talking about here in plants, to organ level. If you've already done some physiology, human physiology stuff, and you've learned about, the kidney, this is exactly how the kidney works. The kidney is all about maintaining our water balance in our body, and everything is designed with the idea that water will move to saltier areas. And so that's primarily what controls how we keep water in our body or whether we get rid of extra water. This concept of osmosis is so hugely important, and you should have done tons of experiments related to osmosis in water. So that's basically it. Water is going to move there. So let's recap a few of the things. So active transport of mineral ions. We have protein pumps in here in the plasma membranes that the root cells are using. There are specific separate pumps for each type of ion. I'm just showing a potassium ion right here. Water follows by osmosis because inside the root cells there's going to be a higher concentration of these saltier ions. So water is going to move in that direction. I believe the correct definition, which was confusing for me, that's why observe this little black box here, is water will move from an area of low solute concentration to an area of high solute concentration, where solute is the stuff that's dissolved in water. If you translate that into English, it basically means this, what's in this little black box right here. The concentration of the ions in the root can be 100 or more. This is bad English. Can be over 100 times higher than those in the soil because of active transport. And this process does require ATP. Another side point right here, when you add too much, if you're growing plants and you put too much water into the soil, and so this area becomes all waterlogged, then active transport can't happen anymore. It cannot happen anymore because it prevents oxygen from getting down here. And remember, in order to do cellular respiration, you need oxygen to actually produce ATP. So too much water, no oxygen gets in, no ATP gets made through cellular respiration, and no active transport can happen. So opposite to what you thought, by adding too much water, you're actually preventing the ability of water to move by osmosis. How crazy is that? Be careful next time you're watering a plant.